Bless up, family. This is Lady B. Walk one. Happy Thursday. Or whenever I see that video here. So, guys, there are a few things I want to talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about Shaggy. He was at a what you call it again? Music festival. Let me get the right name. And he was talking a whole lot of things that make, as a matter of fact, he was the guest speaker or something to that effect. That first day, it was a 2-day event. I say I can't find it. I want me not lose the screen record. But I look like me lost the screen record. But anyway, he was at that event and it was very interesting. So we're gonna read the article about that. We also want to talk about Mr. Vega saying he's gonna re-record Head's Eye. Kill him with it now. Oh yeah, so it was Island Music Conference that Shaggy was at. He was a keynote speaker, and I captured quite a number of the information. So I'm gonna play some of it in a few minutes, but let me get to the other parts of the updates. So Shaggy, Mr. Bombastic, so you go, yes. He has proclaimed that dancehall long past due for the creation of billionaires, and it was very interesting that those words of wisdom, and there were people who were asking questions and all that. So I'm gonna play that later on at the end part of the video, I think. So anyway, so he said dancehall is a long past due for the creation of billionaires. In other words, he must say there's no reason why there should not be billionaires, people making billions in dancehall. And hip hop basically produce billionaires. Hip hop is the only genre that has created 7 billionaires in 20 years. That's what he said. That was what he said in his keynote speech. And that took place in Kingston, Jamaica, where he was a guest speaker at the Island Music Festival. He said hip hop is 50 years old. And if we're talking about hip hop being mainstream, it only been mainstream for 20 years. And it's within that time when the billionaires existed, or they started seeing billionaires. So Shaggy, which I didn't know, this is the chairman of the IMC. And IMC means Island Music Conference, right? And he was emphasizing for upcoming dancehall artists to just equip themselves with knowledge and leverage of available online resources to navigate the music industry. And one thing when me hear Shaggy say, when really reiterate and really say it over and over again, be around people who are smart, right? People who can influence in a positive way. Okay, so that was one of the things that he said over and over and over again, right? Okay, so he also said if you are smart and have the work ethic and willing to take chances, those billionaires. So I'm not check if that video live. Let me share that video here. Hold on a little bit. Let me check that video here, see what I go on. Because I don't want to repeat the same thing over and over again. Up here I talk to myself. I think me live, then I'm not. Think I'm live, then I'm not. All right, YouTube. So that was some of the things that Shaggy focused on and that was very interesting.
Let me check that video. Yes.
All right. Yes, I think I'm up and running. So, as I said, in a few minutes, I'm gonna play that part of the video. Um, so it's a whole lot here, so but it may prefer to play. So let's move on to Mr. Vegas plan to re-record Head's Eye to regain ownership of the master. So this will explain some things to Uno, because basically what it implies is that he don't have the master for Head's Eye. So make we hear what else, how this explain, make we hear the explanation, because me can't give it unless me see it or read it. Dancehall artist Mr. Vegas said he plans to re-record his 1998 hit Head's Eye. Everybody know Head's Eye. Head's Eye, killing with it, know. Aiming to take control of the song's master, and more prompted by a lack of primary ownership when the song was first released. Most of the songs that I did, this is what he said, most of the songs that I did in earlier part of my career were licensed and to record labels, who in turn paid the producers for the masters. So it's a situation where if he want to outrightly own the masters, then he have to create a new master, which makes sense. That's what he said in an interview. So by creating a new master, he can upload the song that he performed, redo the beats, create back the sound, and sing over the song. So it will give him control of the master, and he in turn will upload it to all the digital platforms. All right. His real name is Clifford Smith. Me never know that. Me learned sitting tonight. Produced by Danny Brown, Head's Eye has sold over 500,000 units worldwide. What? Including 200,000 units in the UK, where it was certified silver in 2020. The song was released on Brown's Filthy Rhythm, which also featured other hits like Beanie Man, Let Him Go. If I'm gonna let him go, and if I'm gonna let him go, and every night and morning and again, I know, say I guess. Lady G, breeze off, ease off. Just me didn't know that song. And then Buccaneer, take it easy, something like that. So it later appeared on Vegas' Head's Eye album, released under Greensleeves record. In 2020, Vegas filed a lawsuit against VP Records, which had acquired Greensleeves, alleging copyright infringement and unpaid royalties, among the others, on Head's Eye, Hot Walk, Sucky Ducky, and several other songs. Vegas did not comment on the matter, but explained that the allocation of profits back then had benefited the record labels more than it benefited him. So, with a remastered track, he can now maximize earnings fully, and that's a smart move. The royalty, hope some other people can learn something from this. The royalties split back then was like 16% or 17%, and it was given to the artist or the performer. But now we're in the digital era. Before the digital era, they used to take into consideration the pressing and all the work they had to do that made up the manufacturing costs, such as burning and pressing. Then they took into consideration all they had to do. They factored all of that and gave the royalty 16/17%. That's what Mr. Vega said. Now that we're in a digital era, they no longer do any form of manufacturing. What is happening now? Things like heads and vinyls are not in use anymore. CDs, my glasses want to change. CDs. No, sir. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, so me definitely need to change my glasses because I can't see so good. So he said like CDs and vinyls are not in use anymore. So the record labels are technically getting 80% or 80 something person or 90 something percent based on what it was in the contract. Now that we're in a digital era, he said he can redo the master and get 100% and in turn pay the mechanicals and pay the other right to them. So that's a very, very interesting way to look at it. And there's a lot more in this article. So if you don't want to find out some more, no go read the article on Dancehall Mag because I made a read the offer. All right. So let's move on to what is me say let's move on to yes, me no ear say. Oh my God. Queenie and Dowey is back. Me never hear the full 100 of the situation, you know. Because I've been so busy. Me not hear the full 100, but me see one video earlier with Queenie a wine. No, Dowey a wine out in waistline pa Queenie. And me a say, how the bongo jungle they going over here, so how this a miss me? And then me not hear the Russian come out with new rhythm. I don't even remember what the rhythm name. Russian come out with new rhythm, brother. So see me find one video here with Queenie and Dowey, you know. So let me see what this I say. Cause a long time I not see nothing where they go on. Queenie must see happy like a wa. So Queenie and Dowey is back in living color. Queen wave, take back your man, take back your man. Well, you know, for every unity me happy. So if that makes them happy, then they can continue being happy. Yep. So let me see what else is going on. Let me see what else is going on in the media. So this morning, guys, me say, me wake up with not a service on my phone. No service. No internet, no phone call cannot make, no text message cannot send for about half a day. For about half of the day, I didn't have any phone service. I mean, more than half of the day. So, when I say, let me go ahead and check the social media, check the internet, see what's going on. First of all, when I put this stuff in my on my account, it say no outages in your area. I say, what the heck I go on here? So all they mean say no outage in my area. my phone I say SOS. Anybody know what SOS mean? Remember when we did the school, we used to play SOS. Anyway, it was a massive outage. Massive outage with some of the major phone company. Massive nationwide outage. Massive outage. That's all I have to say. So me no know right now. Me no hear them I say what the reason. What could have caused that? What could have caused that? Thousands of customers, AT&T customers, reported problems. Thursday morning, bright and early, no service. Then they said you have some other networks were having problems too. Verizon, T-Mobile, US Cellular. So their networks were, it said their networks were operational and noted that their users were probably having difficulty reaching people. Okay. So, it is so funny because the other day my son and I, we were talking about a blackout that somebody had predicted that there was going to be a blackout. So, me no know if this is just, me no know if this is just the beginning. All right, so this says 5 things to know about the massive outage from AT&T. I'm telling you guys. Tens of thousands of Americans had trouble making calls, sending texts. Me just say all of that. So guess what the people them used to do to know? The people them were calling 911 to see if they can get emergency service. At least one police department reported that its 911 line was briefly flooded with people dialing to see if their calls would go through from their local cell phones. The alarm over outage of a major cell network that was affecting over 70,000 customers, and me went in that the 70,000 there. People have become deeply reliant on cell phone for keeping in touch with work and family, getting direction, accessing the internet, doing all kind of stuff. So, the people them who were affected, if you are Verizon or T-Mobile customer and don't have friends or family who use AT&T, you may not have noticed the issue on Thursday. So it's mostly AT&T customers. But starting Thursday morning, thousands of AT&T customers began reporting issues. So it was over 74,000 customers reported outages. So they said that during that time when they had the outage, the FirstNet, which is the line for first responders powered through by AT&T, they said that was working. So if somebody was in an emergency, they were able to get emergency help. What caused the outage? AT&T posted an update on Thursday, even saying that the company does not believe the outage was due to cyber attack. Does not believe. You know, so this morning me wake up and see one email, and the email say, "Dear such and such," me I go say Lady B. "Dear Lady B, your what is it again? Your recovery email." I mean, I tell her said that the recovery email that we me see, I know not near no email when me have. So me have to hurry up and cancel that. They say if it's not you, delete this from a list of your recovery emails. So there's no telling. You understand? So anyway, AT&T posted an update on Thursday evening and said they don't think it's due to cyber attack. So they said based on their initial review, boy, I try to hold it on from when, They said based on their initial review, we believe that today's outage was caused by application and execution of incorrect process used as we were expanding our network and not cyber attack. Hey, we are continuing our assessment of today's outage to ensure we keep delivering the service that our customers deserve. They have to give me half their worth of credit. They have to give me half their worth of credit in internet and phone call, even though they are unlimited. But they have to credit me that they have the day. Me have to go make sure I call them. Various federal agencies are Various federal agencies are investigating the incident. This includes the Federal Communications Commission, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Department of Homeland Security. We are aware of the reported wireless outages. Our Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau is actively investigating. So that means that they don't know what caused that. So how they must say I know cyber attack and they don't know what caused it. We are in touch with AT&T and public safety authorities, including FirstNet, as well as other providers. The FBI, meanwhile, said in a statement to CNN that it is in contact with AT&T regarding the outage. Should we learn of any malicious activity, we will respond accordingly. The White House also responded on Thursday, saying that the federal agencies are in touch with AT&T about network outages, but it doesn't have all the answers yet on what led to the interruption. So nobody know. That is serious. White House National Security spokesman John Kirby said the work was ongoing. And he said the bottom line is that they don't have all the answers to that. And they are working very hard to see if they can get to the bottom of it. AT&T said it took immediate action to restore about 3/4 of the network by lunch Eastern time, then about 12 hours after the outage first began. AT&T announced it had fully restored service to affected customers. They said they sincerely apologize. I have my credit ready. That's all I have to say. I may go tag on in that video. Yeah. We sincerely apologize to the customers. Keeping our customers connected remain our top priority, and we are taking steps to ensure customers do not experience this again. Telecom industry analysis says that AT&T could potentially face fines over 911 outages, although that isn't a certainty. Hopefully nobody never call 911 and never get through. Many angry customers, meanwhile, flooded AT&T with inquiries on social media and blasted the company apparent lack of transparency around what was going on and when service would be restored. An ex-AT&T official customer service, me all text them on Twitter and Instagram, and they don't answer me. An ex-AT&T official customer service account urged customers to send the company direct message. Me send them direct message and they don't answer me. AT&T, but we can never go call them. AT&T share price ended the day down more than 2% on Thursday following the outage, and the same day that the S&P 500 Dow Jones industrial average hit records high. Somebody gets sabotaged, allegedly. All right. At this point, federal authorities and an industry official say there's no evidence of cyber attack. The industry official told CNN the problem appears to be relating to peering or the way the cells are handed off from one network to the next. It is possible new evidence could emerge pointing to an attack, but it is too soon to say. So guys, we keep you posted because I said this morning, but I may never realize that people are so dependent on cell phone. I'm telling you guys. Because the cell phone have the internet. Say because some people never have house phone again. Me have a house phone line. And me I go buy one phone. Me have a house phone line from what pick follow up and me don't use it. Because me say me a cell phone, me no need house phone. Even though it's like a part of a plan. So, me I go get one house phone when me get paid. Me I go get one house phone and me I go put it on the jack and me they go have it just in case anything like this happen again, because we don't know if it's a cyber attack. They said more evidence could emerge, so we just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope say it wasn't a cyber attack with thief people information. So I'm telling you guys, it was like a very, very, very sad day. No, well, it never so bad. But it was not a good look. Not a good look. No phone call. No internet. Well, me did a WhatsApp when they were, but I'm just saying, for who not a WhatsApp, if you have a call like a doctor officer, something like that, you can't make no phone call because you can't use WhatsApp. You know? So it was a phoneless half a day today. So as I said, I hope that everything leads away from an attack. Yes. So, I want to say, what is that TJ say now? Oh, this is still news. So, as me say, me know say the Bob Marley movie soon gets still, but I'm just saying, if you don't watch it yet, you can go and go watch it. And my plan was to watch it again. But I don't know. Might wait till it come local. Come watch it one time already. I'm telling you guys. Let me see what else I have on the agenda. For charge transporting suspected uranium. Oh my God. Boy, some of the news them is still over. Let me go over that's something here and see anything new. Let me see if anything is new over here, and then after that I'm getting off of this live. What does Andrew say I know? Oh, okay. This not so bad. A house for burnt victims. So the burnt victim, them get a new house. This they say Alison Felix. Alison Felix is the athlete. Visit Jamaica with her hubby. I look here visit Jamaica, what you call them. So absent ballot papers prevent security forces voting at some location. What this say go on here, so? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this live right now. And I will catch up with you tomorrow to keep you guys updated and to see what's up. Let me say one more thing. Oh yeah, Mira, I almost forget. I forgot somebody that got play the Shaggy. The Shaggy, oh, so we want to sleep. I can't go sleep yet, you know. I forget somebody I got play the Shaggy video. Not the video, but the audio. Because I never have time to upload it. Now, man, I forgot to sleep. You know, so I wake up 5 o'clock every morning. I know me, I feel it tiredness. I come down upon me. Okay, I'm going too fast. Where is my phone? I mean, where is my speaker? Mr. Bombastic, say you're fantastic. I mean, Mr. Romantic. Let me see how long this is. Oh yeah, this long enough.
Yes, please.
Let me get my speaker so you guys can hear it loud and clear. Let me get my speaker so you can hear it loud and clear. Oh yeah. So this is the conference that Shaggy was guest speaker of, and he was giving his intellectual advice. Intellectual advice.
Anyway, anybody else?
This is a question and answer session.
Yeah, my God.
Yes. Greetings, Shaggy. Greetings, everybody.
Give thanks.
So my name is Joel. I'm a marketer based here in Jamaica. I do a lot of work with social community, etc. And I'm sitting and I'm listening and I'm like, you have done so much for the community. You have really done great work where philanthropy is concerned. Even this conference is you putting together a community, putting and investing in the next generation. My question to you is, how do you continue to stay steadfast with ensuring that the philanthropy work that you're doing, you're putting all the work and doing that. How do you remain steadfast, and why is it important for even us at our developing stage to bear that in mind, bring up and create a good opportunity for others while you build as well. So how do you remain steadfast, why do you need to do it as well?
Well, thanks for the question. I'm going to answer one I first. First of all, I come from a place called Raytown. I live in a tenement yard down Charlotte Street. Every yard I live until we find is a one room or a tenement yard. I am the most extremely luckiest guy in the world. I take nothing for granted. I sat on stage and Michael Jackson, and when we were singing We Are the World with Michael Jackson called my phone to invite me to his 30th anniversary, and I sat with this guy backstage and had a conversation. And I was moved that this guy knew almost every fucking song on my record. I met the other day in the Pope when I sang for the Pope at the Christmas. And this guy knew who the hell I was, and he didn't even speak English. I performed for the Queen, and she knew who the fuck I was. I sat at the table with Nelson Mandela in South Africa. The guy from Raytown. I I take none for granted. This culture has gifted me generational wealth. It has changed the cycle of my family's life. I have a niece that is in an Ivy League school. My children are going to schools that I could only dream of going based on this culture. So am I passionate about it? Yes. Am I going to be on a stage and tell some promote about them blood clot? Yes. If me see injustice within it amongst my people? Yes. And I'm going to do it without any fucking apology. Am I going to take my time to come here and educate every single person, even if they don't want to hear? Yes. Because I've seen what it did to my life. And the only thing I could ask anybody that I've ever done anything else for is to do that to the next person. That's it. You don't owe me shit. And how do I step fast? Because I'm allergic to boredom, really. Shit, the weather's not going to plan for us. Really. Yes.
Hello, Shaggy. My name is Christian Mark. I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Give thanks.
Amen. As a matter of fact, you've actually answered my question. Moreover, but I already have the mic, so I'll be remiss to say thank you so much for putting this all together, bringing us all here. Thank you for your wonderful advice. Thank you for all the inspiration you've been for myself, including people part of my team, and thank you.
Yeah. Give thanks, man. Respect. Thanks for coming, man. Yeah. Oh, they wrote us. What number is on the mic? 1. Somebody turn around with me.
Yeah, man, check. Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Shaggy. My name is Yared. The question I had to ask was, so you've spoken about, artists having confidence in their own vision and thing, and instances where you wanted to do something and you were advised against it, but your way ended up working out. Can you speak to a time when, you spoke about having a good team around you, and, part of the effectiveness of a team is letting everybody feel their...
So for those who are just joining, this is the Island Music Conference, which took place yesterday and the day before. Yesterday and the day before? Anyway, 2 days. Shaggy was one of the guest speaker, and they are just asking him questions, and he's giving his expertise advice to those who are there, and also for those who will be listening to this video. So if you don't like the video yet, if you're not bust a like on the video yet, hit the like button. If you're not bust a share yet, hit the share button. Me not share yet, But guys, this is Shaggy giving his expert advice. So I'm gonna go and listen to it some more. And basically he's saying that, one of the main things me hear him say is to surround yourself around people who are smart, and probably people who you can learn something from. A lot of times, some of us, we not around nobody who smarter than we. When we talk to people, it's like we don't learn anything from the conversation. And like when I talk to people, I at least learn something. If me talk to you and me not learn nothing, me not go talk to you. So it's always good to be able to learn things whenever you have a conversation with somebody, so you don't waste time. So let us continue to listen to what Shaggy has to say.
Can you speak to a time where you wanted to do something and you were advised against it, and not doing it ended up being the correct thing to do?
Not doing it ended up being the correct thing, so?
Yeah, so you wanted to do something, them say, we can't do that, and then it ended up being the right decision.
As an artist, you're going to always do things. What you need to be is around people. This is what I can say to that. Surround yourself with smart people that when they give you advice...
With smart people.
All right, put it this way. Imagine you have Shaggy be a DJ, yeah, and I spin some tune or something. And you have a man who come tell him, I try to tell him how to DJ. But the man that work, he is an accountant.
Yeah.
Like really, you're gonna take anything this accountant say about music? No. So the point we're trying to make is if you are around people that are smart people, you're gonna more be open to listening to them. The problem with me is that when people have a way of calling shots, and if it doesn't work, they still want to call the shots. That's ego.
Yep.
I tell my team, if I might be leading my team right now, but if there's somebody else coming with a better idea that works, well, we're following your movement because everything is a synergy. It's a vibe. You're in a zone. When you tap into that zone, I might be here, she might be in that zone, and I'm noticing that he's in that zone. All we have to do is hold on to his coattail and run with it, especially if you see working. If he's making 2 songs and the 2 songs in back to back sell 2 million, I say, year one, now she another star boy, right? And I have to go behind. That's what I'm paying attention to. So for me, it's whosoever is confident that I'm going to follow. So I'm sure at some point somebody might say something to me and say, hey, Shag, I don't think you should do this or should do that. And I'm going to be open to listening. But I'm not that open to listening when it comes to my craft. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to music itself, my craft, what I'm doing, I'm a master at that. I'll take no bullshit where that part is concerned. Somebody might on the team might say, yeah, Shaggy, I don't think you should say that on that interview, or I don't think you should do this on your show, or I shouldn't, this is a strategy we should do. We're not going to do Disney because of this, or we're not going to do that. Yeah, then you sit down and you take it into consideration, you look at the pros and the cons, and you sit down and make a collective decision. And you move it down. I've done those where they've given me decisions that ended up working in my favor, as well as some that didn't work in my favor. You go in the punches. But when it comes to your craft, you are the artist, and your team works for you. You are the yay or the nay of it. We come from a culture in the dancehall and reggae where back in the days, the producers are the star. And you see the Bob Marley movie when they realized they're going to check Coxon down and John Coxon down at the boss. That's the mentality we're from, where your manager is the boss and you work for your manager. That's bullshit. That's just how it was done to control back in the days. That's when the artists give all of them intellectual properties to these producers, because they just didn't know. They just want to bring.
I talk about.
You're your boss.
Who I'm called.
You, the artist, is the boss. But have management that you're coming up with, because you're not in a position to be paying these people. So at that point, you're going to have to work a deal out and figure out these people as your team are going to work together to go there. But especially when you're an established artist, you're the boss. So the answer to your question, yeah, there's been times that has happened. I can't tell the specifics, though. I can't remember that far. Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a mic, but it's okay. My voice can project. Guadeloupe, Kikora from Guadeloupe, with a delegation of French Islands. What's happening is, reggae music, dancehall music.
What's your name again?
Good afternoon. Kikora from Guadeloupe with a delegation of 20 people. So thank you for the invitation. In French islands, our language is different. The reggae dancehall has influenced the whole world. Our artists here do dancehall reggae, but in French. What would be your advice and your suggestion, and in Creole as well, because we speak Creole like in Dominica, St. Lucia, Guadeloupe, Martinique. What would be your suggestion to do that crossover? Because often, people that speak English don't make the effort to listen to other language or learn it, and so. So what would be your suggestion and advice for our artists to be able to cross over and have maybe Jamaican, Trinidadian, other people? Because Zouk is all over. People know about Zouk, Kassav, and so on, but there's Admirati, there's Chris, there's Baron, all these artists that have a great talent, that do dancehall and reggae, but the rest of the world don't know about because they don't speak English. The same thing, Zimbabwe, they have identity. They might want to sound like Shaggy. They don't want to sound like you.
Yeah.
They have their own identity, but the language becomes a barrier.
Yeah. So it's not really, I think, to answer your question again, but it becomes a thing where they might see that a Shaggy song work, and so they try to do something that copies it to see if they could get in. I'm just saying what they've done isn't different from what I've done. When I put records out, I was doing dancehall record, I had to use samples. I used Booker T and the MGs on Carolina. I had to use Henry Mancini on North Carolina, Booker T on the MGs on That Girl. I used Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On Mr. Boombastic, just to literally get on radio. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way. Bob Marley, even Chris Blackwell said it, that they used to bring session musicians to overdub on the Wailers music to get it on the rock radio. So what you guys are doing by copying something that works to get on radio isn't far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I would say the best way for you guys to do it now is, because it's French, there's a lot of French-speaking countries in the world. Not only that, Paris itself, France itself is one of the major markets. Major markets. So, and I see you doing this, so you're saying it's there.
Major market for English-speaking artists.
No, how is that though? Because in French,
Like the same.
but in Paris, I noticed in France itself, I think it's like 80% French music has to be played on radio, right? Yes, it is more, right? So English music is not. Matter of fact, I did a song recently called When She's Around. I had to do a full French version. Every record that I had to release in France, I had to do a French version. Because they're not accepting you. NRJ, which is probably the biggest radio station in that region, and they own multiple stations. They're like an iHeart. But anyway, they literally will not add any English-speaking records. It has to be really, really massive before they do. That's why French, when we promoted records from France, was always the last market to come on board. Even when it wasn't me, it was the last market that we got, because they do not accept English records as much as they accept French records. That should be of an advantage to you at this point. What you need to do is create a sound and a movement that is going to attract the attention of the masses, much like what they did with reggaeton.
The masses are there, but it's all underground.
Well, you have to try and do something. It takes superstar to shift culture. You need an artist
Takes superstar
that has superhero-like talent, charisma, charm, work ethic, and talent to shift the culture from underground to mainstream.
But how can the Jamaican listen to the French reggae or the French dancehall? That's the question.
Listen to
You know which Afrobeat song is being played inside dancehall these days, and some of them don't know one word that they fucking sing. And they dance to it.
It just feels good.
So the language isn't the problem.
That's how you feel when you hear the music.
You basically create that movement that makes it attractive. You know what I mean? You create that movement. It's like, I don't know what
It's buffering.
he's saying that in French, but that shit is dope. You know what I mean? It's got to be that. It's just like, a guy. Women flood, they always fall for French guys. Because they say, that sounds sexy. So, I just say I'm on the road in a blue club. They don't care, you just say, that sounds sexy. permission how to do it. Yeah. Thanks again. Yeah. I'm gonna go to mic then.
Hello. So this is Prince.
Oh yeah, well, Prince. You don't need an introduction. Everybody knows Prince.
We did our first Caribbean Music Awards this year.
Yeah.
And you talked about stepping out of the box.
Which Wycliffe hosted, by the way.
Which Wycliffe hosted.
Yes, and it was a big success.
Thank you so much. And we're just hoping to get the support of everybody again and make sure.
That was in Brooklyn, everybody. That was at King's Theater.
You've named a couple of artists that have had major success, that have stepped out of the box, as you've spoken about. How do we make...
I'm gonna cut the video right here because may drop asleep. So big up on yourself. Let me know what you think about all the stories when we talk about. Coverage is up. It's been up since, well, my stuff came back probably about 2:30, very late in the afternoon, and that was the AT&T outage. We're gonna keep you posted to see what is, what was the deal. And they're still saying that it's not a cyber attack, but they're still investigating. And also we mentioned Mr. Vegas, where he said he's gonna redo a master for Head's Eye so he can own it and he can make 100% of the revenue. And the other stories, let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, drop a share. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload another video or whenever I go live. Blessings, and also check out my other video them on the channel. We do a very good review of the Bob Marley movie. Now the one with Foota Hype, the one with me do my own review. Check that out as well. Big up on yourself and